The monument is screaming. I know that sounds impossible. Glass doesn't scream. But this glass does. I'm standing in Sultan's Plaza watching black flames shoot up from the monument. And inside those flames are faces. Hundreds of them. Mouths open. Eyes wide. Silent screams frozen in glass. People are running everywhere. Mothers grabbing children. Guards shouting orders. But some people aren't running away. They're walking toward it. Is blank. Arms reaching out like the monument is calling them. I know exactly what's calling them. I helped create it. Well, I created the heart of it. Core. 6 months ago when Khalid and I were still friends. Before he drugged my tea and locked me in that cellar. Before he stole everything. His name is carved on the base in gold letters. But the technique, the secret that makes it glow, that was mine. Now it's eating souls, and I'm the only one who can stop it. But first you need to understand how we got here. You need to know what Khalid did. What I found in the desert. What's been hunting us both since we were children. This is that story. 6 months ago life was perfect. Khalid and I shared a studio behind the marketplace. We'd been best friends since we were 7 years old. While other students at Master Rashid's pottery school competed and backstabbed, we collaborated. I understood chemistry and glazes. Khalid understood people and presentations. Together we were magic. Amara, you have to see this. Khalid held up our latest bowl. The ceramic glowed like someone had trapped starlight inside it. Our special glaze didn't just reflect light, it held it, made it dance. I remember laughing, actually jumping up and down. We did it. We actually did it. The Grand Commission is ours, Khalid said, grinning. I can feel it. The Sultan had announced a competition. Create an eternal flame monument for the city center. 50 years of peace. Every artist in the kingdom wanted that commission. The winner would be set for life. But we had something nobody else had. That evening, Master Rashid came to examine our work. He turned the bowl slowly in the lamplight. His face got serious. Beauty this pure attracts more than admirers, he said quietly. I didn't understand the warning. I was too excited, too confident in what we'd built together. That night I saw Khalid staring at our bowl. His expression was different. Hungry. Like he wanted to swallow the light whole. I should have paid attention. The presentation was Friday morning. Wednesday night Khalid brought me mint tea. You're working too hard, he said, smiling that familiar smile. Drink. Relax a bit. We'd done this 1,000 times. Working late, sharing tea, talking about our dreams. I trusted him completely. Why wouldn't I? 3 years of partnership. A lifetime of friendship. Tea tasted wrong. Bitter underneath the mint. But I kept drinking. Big mistake. The room started tilting. I tried to stand up, but my legs were gone. The cup slipped from my fingers. Crashed on the floor. Everything was blurring. Khalid. My voice didn't sound right. Thick and slow. What's happening? He caught me when I fell. His face was blurry, but his voice was crystal clear. I'm sorry, Amara. You'll understand one day. This opportunity, it's too big to share. I tried to scream. My mouth wouldn't work. I watched him take the key to our studio. Then he picked up my design journal. 3 years of notes. 3 years of formulas. Everything. Don't worry, he whispered. I'll make sure everyone remembers how talented you were. Past tense. The darkness swallowed me whole, and I fell into nothing. I woke up in hell. At least that's what it felt like. Complete darkness. My head splitting. Mouth tasting like blood. When I tried to move, rough rope cut into my wrists. My hands were tied behind my back. Help! I screamed into the darkness. Somebody help me. My voice bounced back at me. Small space. Stone walls. Above me footsteps. Voices. Normal marketplace sounds. But thick ceiling. Nobody could hear me through it. I screamed until my throat was raw and bleeding. Then I screamed more. When I finally stopped, exhausted, I felt along the wall with my bound hands. That's when I found them. Marks carved into the stone. Someone else had been here. My fingers traced the pattern. Tally marks. Someone counting days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Then the marks stopped. What happened on day 8? I wasn't going to wait and find out. I found a broken pottery shard on the floor and started scraping at the door hinges. Low. Painful. My fingers bled. But I kept going. Above me I heard celebration. Friday had come. The presentation happened without me. I scraped faster. Saturday morning the final hinge broke. I pushed the door open and crawled out. Every muscle screaming. Filthy. Weak. Desperate for water. A woman screamed when she saw me. The spice merchant's wife. Her cellar. That's where he'd hidden me. Water, I gasped. Please. She gave me water. Bread. Asked if I needed a doctor. But I couldn't wait. Had to see. Had to know. I stumbled into the marketplace. Banners everywhere. Congratulations to Khalid, winner of the Grand Commission. My project. His name. I pushed through celebrating crowds to Sultan's Plaza. There it was. Our monument design. Half built already. I could see my starlight glaze technique in every surface. And there, carved in gold on the dedication stone. Designed and created by Khalid ibn Rashid. No mention of my name. Not even as an assistant. Excuse me, are you all right? I turned around. Khalid stood there, surrounded by admirers. Eyes met. For 1 second, his face showed pure shock. Then it shifted. Concern. Calculation. Amara. He pushed through the crowd. Thank God. Where have you been? I've been searching everywhere. The crowd pressed closer, watching. And that's when I realized just how smart Khalid really was. You disappeared Wednesday night, Khalid said loudly, making sure everyone heard. I was so worried. We all were. Where did you go? I stared at him. This was my best friend. The boy who'd taught me to laugh when I made mistakes. Who'd stayed awake 3 nights straight when my mother died. Who'd believed in our dreams when nobody else did. Now he was looking at me like a stranger. Like a problem to solve. You locked me in a cellar, I said. My voice came out broken. You drugged me. Gasps from the crowd. Khalid's face shifted to perfect confusion. Then sadness. Amara, you're not well. He turned to the crowd, voice full of concern. The pressure of the competition affected her. Wednesday evening she had some kind of breakdown. Started saying I was stealing her ideas, that I was trying to cut her out. I tried to help, but she ran away. I've had guards searching for 2 days. Liar. I lunged at him. Guards caught me. Held me back. I looked at the crowd. Saw their faces. Dirty, wild-eyed, hysterical me. Clean, calm, concerned Khalid in his fine clothes. Who would they believe? Please, Khalid said gently. Someone get her to a doctor. She needs help. That's when Master Rashid appeared. He grabbed my arm. Pulled me away through the crowd. Come, he whispered urgently. Now. He dragged me down a side street. When we were alone, he gripped my shoulders hard. Leave the city tonight. Khalid has accused you of sabotage. Guards are coming to arrest you. So I ran. No money. No supplies. Just the filthy clothes on my back. By sunset, I'd reached the desert beyond the city gates. I kept running until I couldn't see the city anymore. Then I collapsed in the sand. Stars came out above me. I lay there thinking about everything I'd lost. 3 years of work. My reputation. My best friend. Everything we'd built together, stolen in one night. Closed my eyes. Let the desert take me. That's when I saw it. Something in the distance. Shimmering in the starlight. Structure. Reflecting moonlight like a mirror. Blinked. Still there. I didn't have strength to walk. So I crawled. Inch by inch through sand. Following that impossible shimmer. My hands touched stone. Leading down into the earth. I looked up at the entrance. Ancient words carved above it. I could barely read them in the moonlight, but I made them out. The kiln of Zahir. where light learns to scream. Every instinct screamed at me to run. But I had nowhere to go. The city wanted me arrested. The desert wanted me dead. At least this way I'd die curious. I started down the stairs into darkness. The stairs went down forever. When I finally hit bottom, I found myself in an enormous chamber. And it wasn't empty. Pottery equipment everywhere. Wheels, tools, massive kiln furnaces. All arranged like the artisans had just stepped away for lunch. Everything covered in thick dust. But underneath, the equipment looked perfect. Like it had been waiting for me. I found clay jars in the corner. Water inside. Impossible. It should have evaporated centuries ago. But when I drank, it tasted fresh. Wheat. I drank until I thought I'd burst. Then I found dates in another jar. Still soft. Still good. Magic. Had to be. The walls were covered in paintings. Murals. I found old oil lamps that still worked. Still had oil somehow, and studied the images. Ancient potters working with a figure made of smoke. Creating glass that glowed with inner light. But the light had shapes. Human shapes. Silhouettes with mouths open. Like they were screaming. My hands started shaking. Finally, a voice echoed through the chamber. I've been waiting so long for someone worthy. I spun around. A figure materialized from smoke. Beautiful. Terrible. Neither man nor woman. Eyes like melted gold. Who are you? I whispered. I am Zahir, it said. And you, Amara, are exactly what I've been waiting for. How do you know my name? I know everything about you. Zahir moved closer. Didn't walk. Flowed. I know you were betrayed. Can taste it on you. Delicious. Backed away. Stay back. Why would I hurt you? We want the same thing. Zahir smiled. Almost kind. Justice. Recognition. To make the people who wronged us pay. I don't want revenge. Don't you? Zahir waved a hand. Water appeared in a basin on the floor. In its surface I saw Khalid. Back in the city. Standing before our monument at night. Looking worried. The glass was glowing. Pulsing. Like a heartbeat. Your friend has already begun using my technique, Zahir said. Though he doesn't know it. The monument you created together, it's changing. Growing. Becoming something magnificent. What did you do to our work? I improved it. Zahir's smile widened. I taught it to hunger. Would you like to learn how? I should have said no. Should have run. But Zahir showed me another vision. Khalid receiving the Sultan's medal. Crowds cheering. Master Rashid in the back looking sad. Guards asking if he'd seen me. No, Rashid lied in the vision. I hope she found peace somewhere. They thought I was dead. Or worse, they'd forgotten me entirely. This could all be yours, Zahir whispered. Power. Recognition. Everything he stole. I can teach you. What's the price? Yes. Zahir laughed. The sound was like breaking glass. Smart girl. There's always a price. To create with my technique you need essence. Human consciousness. Souls. That's evil. Is it? Is it more evil than what your friend did? He drugged you. Locked you in darkness. Stole 3 years of your life. Zahir's voice was soothing. Understanding. I'm offering knowledge. What you do with it is your choice. In the water basin I saw something new. A young man approaching the monument at midnight. He touched its surface. His eyes went blank. He collapsed, still breathing. But empty. Morning came. Khalid found him. He looked genuinely disturbed. Confused. Your friend doesn't understand what he's created, Zahir said. But it's already feeding. Growing stronger. How? I demanded. Khalid doesn't know anything about soul trapping. No. But I do. Zahir's smile was poison. For 3 years I whispered to him in dreams. Tiny changes to your glaze formula. So small you didn't notice. So subtle he thought they were his own brilliant ideas. My stomach dropped. I couldn't corrupt your work directly, Zahir explained. Your intention was too pure. So I corrupted him instead. Month by month. Year by year. Until he believed betrayal was ambition. Why? I whispered. Why me? Zahir pointed to the murals. Look closer. I studied the paintings again. In the corner a scene I'd missed. Ancient potters being attacked. Slaughtered. But one escaped. Carrying a small child. Your great-grandmother, Zahir said. The only one who escaped this place alive. She swore never to teach the art again. But talent runs in blood. You're the first in 4 generations capable of completing what she started. Completing what? She tried to create a counter-technique. A way to trap me forever. End the cycle. Zahir leaned close. She failed because she couldn't master the key component. What component? Forgiveness. The word dripped from Zahir's mouth. She couldn't forgive her master's betrayal. The rage consumed her. She died trying. Zahir's golden eyes fixed on mine. Can you forgive Khalid? After everything he's done. After he's stolen your entire life. I didn't answer. Couldn't answer. Because I didn't know. In the water basin more victims fell. 3. Then 5. Then 10. The monument fed on them. Khalid grew more panicked, examining the glass constantly, trying to understand what was wrong. Master Rashid investigated. Recognized forbidden symbols in the design. Where did you learn these? Rashid demanded. I don't know, Khalid said, looking genuinely confused. They just came to me. That night Khalid dreamed of me. Of the desert. He saw exactly where I was. He woke up screaming. I spent 2 weeks in that chamber. Studying my great-grandmother's journals. Learning about the mirror kiln, the counter-technique that could trap Zahir forever. But it required forgiveness. True forgiveness. Spoken at the moment of maximum betrayal. Could I do that? Every time I thought of Khalid, rage burned through me. In the water basin I watched the city falling apart. 20 people had collapsed now. The Sultan's doctors couldn't explain it. Some kind of sleeping sickness. Khalid was going insane. Not sleeping. Barely eating. Examining every inch of the monument. Then one morning he left the city. Just walked into the desert. Following an instinct he couldn't explain. Following the pull to me. Zahir appeared beside me, smiling. Perfect. Now both players are in position. Both. Did you think this was about revenge? About you punishing him? Zahir laughed. I needed 2 master potters. One corrupted by ambition, Khalid. One purified by suffering, you. When you create together again, your combined essence will forge the perfect vessel. Vessel for what? For my return to the mortal realm. A body of living glass. Immortal. Powerful. Fed by an entire city of souls. Backed away. I won't help you. You won't have a choice. In the basin, Khalid reached the entrance. Started down the stairs. Calling my name. Amara. Please. I need to talk to you. His voice echoed through the actual chamber. Getting closer. Zahir smiled. Here he comes. Khalid reached the bottom of the stairs. Froze when he saw the ancient chamber. The murals. The equipment. Then he saw me. Amara. His voice cracked. You're alive. I said nothing. Just stared at him. He took a step forward. I took a step back. I don't know why I did it, he said. Words tumbling out. I've been remembering things. Thoughts that felt like mine but they weren't. Something whispering. Telling me I deserved the glory. That sharing would weaken it. I believed it. God help me, I believed it. You drugged me, I said. Cold. Flat. Locked me in a cellar. Stole 3 years of my work. I know. He dropped to his knees. The monument is killing people, Amara. I don't understand what's happening. I need your help to fix it. Please. That's when Zahir materialized between us. Khalid scrambled backward. Terror on his face. What is that? I am your inspiration, Zahir said. Every brilliant idea about the monument. Every improvement to Amara's formula. That was me. Whispering in your dreams for 3 years. No, Khalid whispered. Yes. You were always meant to be my vessel. Your greed. Your weakness. I cultivated it carefully. Zahir turned to me. And you. Purified by betrayal. Learning forbidden knowledge. Both of you perfect. We won't help you, I said. Zahir's smile widened. The monument is almost ready. 25 souls trapped. In 3 days at the new moon, it births my new form. You can try to stop it. Or accept what's coming. Chamber shook. Zahir vanished. Khalid and I stared at each other across impossible distance. We have to destroy it, Khalid said. We can't. I showed him my great-grandmother's journals. Breaking the monument releases Zahir immediately. We have to trap him instead. I explained the mirror kiln. As I talked, I watched his face. Saw my old friend underneath the guilt. What do we need, he asked. Sacred clay from the city's founding shrine. We build a temporary kiln around the monument. Then, I hesitated. Then what? True forgiveness. Spoken at the moment of maximum betrayal. His face went white. You have to forgive me. I have to mean it, I said. Or it won't work. We sat in silence. The weight of it crushing us both. Finally Khalid spoke. There's something else you should know. When I was 7, I found a blue glass bead in the desert. I've worn it ever since. My good luck charm. He pulled it from under his shirt. The bead pulsed with dark light. That's a piece of Zahir's original prison, I whispered. He's been whispering to you since childhood. Khalid's hands shook. 15 years. I thought those thoughts were mine. The ambition. The jealousy. The need to prove I was better. He looked at me. How much of me is really me? I don't know, I said honestly. But I was starting to understand. The betrayal wasn't just Khalid's. It was Zahir's. Working through him. Using him. We need to learn his technique, I said. To understand it completely before we can reverse it. Khalid nodded. Teach me. We spent 2 days learning Zahir's soul trap technique. It was horrible. Each test piece we created whispered. Fragments of consciousness trapped in clay. The pieces felt alive. Hungry. Felt myself changing. Growing darker. Colder. Khalid struggled too. This is what I put in the monument. I didn't know Amara. I swear. I believe you. And I did. The formulas Zahir showed us were far beyond anything Khalid could develop alone. On the second night we created a perfect piece. A small bowl glowing with captured light. But the light had a face. Screaming. Zahir appeared, clapping slowly. Magnificent. Now you understand the power available. Amara, you could trap Khalid's soul right now. Make him pay for everything. The bowl pulsed in my hands. It would be so easy. Do it, Khalid said quietly. If that's what it takes to stop Zahir, trap me. I deserve it. I looked at him. Really looked. At the friend who'd taught me to laugh at mistakes. Who'd believed in our dreams. Who'd fought Zahir's whispers for 15 years. That friend was still there. Buried. But there. I threw the bowl against the wall. Shattered. No, I said. That's not justice. That's becoming what he wants. Zahir's fury exploded. Chamber shook. Cracks appeared in the walls. You've learned enough, he snarled. Time to go home. Watch everyone you love feed my monument. The floor collapsed beneath us. We fell through darkness. We landed hard in the desert sand. The entrance to the kiln sealed behind us. Zahir was done playing. We ran. 3 days across burning desert. Carrying my great-grandmother's journals. No food. Little water. Just running. We reached the city at sunset on the 3rd day. The monument was surrounded by hundreds of sleepwalkers. Standing in perfect circles. Hands reaching. Eyes empty. The glass pulsed with black light. Cracks spreading across its surface. Master Rashid had created a salt barrier. An old protective ward. But it was breaking. Sleepwalkers pushing mindlessly against it. Rashid saw us. ran over, embraced me. Amara, you're alive. Then he stepped back. What's happening? What is that thing? I explained everything. The mirror kiln. What we needed. Sacred clay from the founding shrine, Rashid said. That means excavating the Sultan's garden. He'll never allow it. Then we don't ask, Khalid said. The monument cracked louder. Something massive moving inside. We have until midnight, I said. After that, Zahir manifests. And nothing can stop him. We gathered artisans across the city. Not the famous ones. The ones Khalid had dismissed during his rise. Called mediocre. Called outdated. I told them the truth. About the monument. About what was coming. Why should we help you? One asked. You created this mess. Because your families are in those circles, I said. By midnight they'll be empty shells. That convinced them. While artisans excavated sacred clay, Khalid went to the Sultan. Confessed everything. The Sultan nearly executed him on the spot. Please, Khalid begged. Kill me after. But let me help stop this first. The Sultan agreed. Barely. By 11 p.m. we had enough clay. We worked faster than I'd ever worked. Forming a kiln structure around the monument. The sleepwalkers didn't stop us. Just stood there. Feeding the thing inside. Black smoke poured from the cracks. The air smelled like burning copper. How do we activate it? Rashid asked. I looked at Khalid. True forgiveness at the moment of maximum betrayal. Then we create that moment, Khalid said. I'm going inside. No. I grabbed his arm. You'll die. I'm already dead. When Zahir manifests, he'll kill me anyway. This way, I die doing something right. He pulled free. Walked to the monument. Placed his hands on the surface. The glass turned liquid. Pulled him inside. His body started turning translucent. Becoming glass. Khalid! I screamed. Inside, Zahir's form was taking shape. Massive. Terrible. Made of living glass with thousands of faces trapped within. Khalid was merging with it. Yes, Zahir's voice boomed. Finally. A proper vessel. But Khalid was fighting. Even as his body transformed. His consciousness pushed back. I saw flashes in the glass. Memories. Our childhood. Learning pottery. Our first successful glaze. The real Khalid. Fighting Zahir one last time. He's been fighting you for 15 years, I whispered. Since he was 7 years old. In the glass I saw the truth. Young Khalid finding the blue bead. Picking it up. Zahir's whispers starting that very moment. Every cruel thought. Every selfish impulse. Every moment of greed over 15 years. That was Zahir. Not Khalid. My friend had been trapped in his own mind. Screaming. Trying to warn me. Fighting to break free. The betrayal was never his. I understand now, I said. I placed my hands on the monument. Felt the mirror kiln technique flowing through my blood. I activate the mirror kiln. The sacred clay began glowing. Reflecting the monument's light back on itself. I forgive you, Khalid, I said clearly. Not for betraying me. But for being human enough to be corrupted. For fighting 15 years against a force you couldn't see. The monument pulsed. But Zahir laughed. Forgiveness without cost is meaningless. The mirror kiln started cracking. The technique was failing. You're right, I said. So let me offer something real. Zahir paused. Curious. You've been trapped in this cycle for thousands of years. Feeding on others because someone once fed on you. Creating prisoners because you're a prisoner. I pressed harder against the glass. Felt Khalid's consciousness inside. Felt Zahir's ancient pain. I'm not offering to destroy you, I said. I'm offering freedom. Silence fell across the plaza. What freedom? Zahir's voice was uncertain. The mirror kiln doesn't have to be a prison, I said. It can be transformation. You can continue this cycle. Possess Khalid, enslave the city, feed forever. But you'll still be trapped in hunger. Or, closed my eyes. felt the technique in my blood, understood what my great-grandmother had tried. Or you can become pure creative fire. Not a prisoner, not a jailer, just inspiration. What you were before someone corrupted you. You'll live in every artist who creates with true passion. You'll be remembered, not feared. The monument trembled. Why would you offer me this? Tahir whispered. Because I understand now. The cycle only ends when someone chooses to break it. Not with revenge. With mercy. I thought of every beautiful moment. Every time clay became art beneath my hands. Every time Khalid and I had laughed together. The pure joy of creation. I pushed those memories into the mirror kiln. The monument cracked, gently, like an egg hatching. Zahir emerged as pure light. The trapped souls emerged with him, freed. The jinn looked at me with something like gratitude. You've given me something no one has given in 3,000 years, Zahir said. A choice. Then he dissolved into thousands of brilliant sparks scattering across the city, landing in the hands of every artist, every dreamer, every child with imagination. The sleepwalkers woke, confused but alive. Khalid emerged from the glass, solid, whole. He collapsed into my arms, sobbing. I'm so sorry, he gasped. I know, I said. I know now. The Sultan approached, looked at the freed citizens. The now harmless glass. Us. The Grand Commission is yours, Amara, he said. I don't want it, I said. Everyone stared. I want to start a school, I explained. Where artists create together. Where we check each other's ambition and remember that the best art isn't made alone. The School of Mirror Glass, Master Rashid said softly. Yes, where creation is reflection. One voice is beautiful. Many voices become unbreakable. And Khalid? The Sultan asked. He becomes my first student. Not as a partner. As someone learning humility. Learning to recognize whispers from truth. Khalid knelt. I'll spend my life earning your trust back. I helped him stand. Then let's start now. 5 years later, the School of Mirror Glass thrives. 200 students from across the kingdom. Learning not just pottery but collaboration. Critique without cruelty. Celebrating each other. Khalid teaches beginners. Patient now. Humble. He wears a pendant I made. A small mirror inside. Tout of the project. Tahir did. But the jinn was right about one thing. Betrayal pushed me to find something I couldn't have imagined. Not revenge. Not even justice. Understanding. Community. The knowledge that the greatest art isn't created alone, but in the reflection we remember, he says. To see myself clearly. We're not partners anymore. We'll never be what we were. But we're something else. Something better. Sometimes late at night, I see sparks dancing around the kilns. Or what he became. Pure inspiration feeding genuine creativity. Khalid didn't cut me home when we truly see each other. The glass remembers everything. That's why we create together now. If only I had known that terrible night that the opportunity I'd find wouldn't be the one I'd lost. It would be so much more. Then,